In the sun-soaked heart of Valencia, California, the luxury car dealership Elite Autos gleamed like a beacon of sophistication and success. The cars, shimmering in the desert sunlight, were the epitome of elegance, each more pristine than the next. Yet, beneath the polished surface of the showroom, there was a truth that no one, not even the employees, was ready to face. This was a story about a man in a gray hoodie, a manager who made a snap judgment, and a powerful lesson in respect and inclusivity that would change everything. Marcus Reed, the new owner of Elite Autos, had decided to visit his own dealership in the most unassuming way possible. He wore a casual gray hoodie, slightly worn jeans, and sneakers, a stark contrast to the gleaming luxury vehicles he now owned. Marcus wasn't trying to make an impression. He wasn't there to show off his new power. He wanted to see the dealership for what it truly was, a space that could either welcome anyone or turn them away based on assumptions. As he parked his modest sedan at the back of the dealership and walked into the showroom, he noticed the employees chatting near the front desk. Their voices died down as he entered, and a subtle shift in the room's energy took place. Marcus couldn't help but notice the glance of suspicion from some of the employees. They didn't recognize him, and his casual attire didn't fit the image of the typical luxury car buyer. Then, there was Natalie, the dealership's manager. A woman with sharp features and an even sharper gaze, Natalie embodied authority with her tailored blazer and polished heels. She approached Marcus, offering a polite yet distant greeting. "Can I help you with something?" Natalie asked, her eyes quickly scanning his attire. "I'm just looking around," Marcus replied with a calm smile, trying to keep things casual. But her response revealed something deeper. "Are you shopping for a car?" she asked, clearly skeptical. Marcus, sensing the challenge, responded smoothly, "Something like that?" Natalie's attempt to redirect him to more budget-friendly options was immediate. "These vehicles are priced at 6 figures. Perhaps I can recommend a more practical choice," she suggested, though her words carried an unmistakable air of dismissal. But Marcus wasn't deterred. "You're assuming I'm not qualified," he said, not allowing her presumptions to affect him. Natalie, flustered by his calm demeanor, quickly offered a list of pre-owned cars. Marcus, without showing any sign of frustration, accepted the list. He noticed the irony, the assumption that someone in his attire could never afford the luxurious cars displayed in the showroom. Yet, Marcus wasn't there to buy a car. He was there to observe how his employees treated those who didn't meet their preconceived notions of success. As Marcus continued his casual stroll through the showroom, he noticed more subtle moments, the side glances, the hushed conversations. He felt the weight of judgment, though he didn't show it. His thoughts were interrupted when Natalie returned, her clipboard now a tool of discomfort as she handed him a list of vehicles far below the dealership's typical offerings. "These are more accessible models," she said, her tone patronizing. "Economical, reliable, and practical." It was an assumption Marcus had been prepared for. But he remained composed. "You really think these are the only cars I'd be interested in?" he asked, his tone casual but firm. Natalie's discomfort was palpable, and the tension hung thick in the air. The situation escalated when Marcus casually requested to speak with the owner. Natalie, now visibly annoyed, denied his request, stating, "The owner doesn't just drop by for casual visits." "Oh, but I'd like to meet them," Marcus responded, his voice light but with an underlying challenge. He called the owner himself, making it clear that the situation wasn't as trivial as Natalie believed. The employees around the showroom watched in silence, unsure of what would happen next. The quiet tension was broken by the sound of the showroom doors opening. A sharply dressed man in a navy suit entered, exuding professionalism and calm confidence. "Mr. Reed," the man said with a wide smile, extending his hand. Marcus shook the man's hand firmly. "Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it." Liam, the dealership's regional director, turned to Natalie, his demeanor shifting into something more professional. "Natalie, I see you've already met Mr. Reed." Natalie's face turned ashen as realization set in. Marcus, the man she had judged based on his casual attire, was the new owner of the dealership. The room went silent as Natalie stammered her apologies. Marcus didn't let the situation spiral out of control. "It's all right, Natalie," he said, though there was a weight in his voice. "But I have to ask, if I hadn't been the owner, would you have treated me differently?" His words cut through the air, forcing Natalie to confront her biases. There was no immediate answer, only silence. The room seemed to hold its breath. "I thought so," Marcus continued. "We need to talk about how things operate around here." Liam nodded, and soon everyone was gathered in the conference room. The atmosphere was heavy, with Natalie sitting near the back, her usual confidence replaced by nervousness. Marcus stood at the head of the table, his presence calm but undeniably commanding. "For those of you who don't know me, I'm Marcus Reed, and I'm the new owner of this dealership," he began, his voice steady but filled with purpose. There were murmurs of surprise. Some employees shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Natalie, unable to make eye contact, sank lower in her chair. "I came here today dressed casually," Marcus continued, "because I wanted to see how this dealership operates when no one knows who I am. I wanted to understand what a customer might feel like when they walk through these doors." His gaze swept over the group, his words deliberate. "What I experienced today was disappointing. I was judged based not on what I could bring to the table but how I looked. And I'm not here to single anyone out, but we need to talk about what that says about the culture of this place." A young sales associate, Jason, raised his hand hesitantly. "I think most of us try to treat customers fairly," he began, "but sometimes it's hard not to make assumptions." Marcus nodded, acknowledging the honesty in the comment. "I get it," he said. "We all have biases. But it's not enough to just try to be fair. We have to actively challenge those biases. We need to create an environment where every person is respected, regardless of how they look or what they wear." The room was silent as Marcus's words hung in the air. "This dealership has built a reputation for excellence," he continued, "but excellence isn't just about the cars we sell. It's about the experience we provide. And from now on, that experience will be built on respect, inclusivity, and fairness." Natalie shifted uncomfortably in her seat, clearly feeling the weight of the moment. But Marcus wasn't done. He turned to her directly. "Natalie," he said, his tone both firm and compassionate, "I want to give you the opportunity to speak. Is there anything you'd like to say?" There was a long pause. Finally, Natalie looked up, her face flushed with regret. "I made a mistake," she admitted quietly. "I misjudged you. And I'm truly sorry." Marcus nodded, accepting her apology. "Thank you for saying that. But this isn't just about you. It's about all of us. Change starts with accountability." He addressed the entire team. "Moving forward, we'll be implementing new training programs to ensure this dealership represents the values I believe in. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity, no exceptions. If anyone has an issue with that, now's the time to speak up." The room remained silent, but Marcus knew his message had landed. "Good," he said. "I'm glad we're all on the same page." As the employees filed out of the conference room, Marcus caught Natalie lingering by the door. She approached him hesitantly. "Mr. Reed," she said, her voice low, I just want to thank you for giving me a chance to do better. I won't let you down. Marcus looked at her for a moment, then responded softly, I hope you mean that, Natalie. Actions speak louder than words, but I believe people can change if they're willing to try. The sincerity in her eyes was all Marcus needed to see. He believed in second chances. He believed in growth. And he believed that this dealership, under his leadership, could become something more than just a business. It could become a beacon of respect, inclusivity, and fairness. As Marcus stepped back into the showroom, he glanced around at the cars, their shiny surfaces reflecting the afternoon sun. For the first time that day, he felt a sense of optimism. His work at Elite Autos wasn't just about selling luxury cars. It was about changing a culture, about showing the world that how you treat people is more important than what they wear or how they look. And as he watched the employees return to their work, he knew that this was just the beginning. There was much to be done, but change had already begun. It had started with one simple lesson, that the most valuable thing you can offer anyone is respect. What can we all learn from this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire change.